She was bold, independent, and eccentric. Her name might not be as famous as Dalí or Picasso, but her works continue to inspire artists, designers, and filmmakers worldwide. Leonor Fini was an artist who shattered stereotypes about women in art and created worlds full of mystique and power. Are you ready to discover her story? Leonor Fini was born on August 30th, 1907, in Buenos Aires, Argentina, but her destiny was tied to Europe. After her parents' divorce, her mother took her to Trieste, Italy, where she spent her childhood. Leonor's upbringing, shaped by her mother's fierce independence and her conflicts with Leonor's father, instilled in her a strong will and a drive to forge her own identity. In her youth, Fini faced a severe eye disease that left her nearly blind for a time. This experience heightened her sensitivity to detail and deepened her connection to the visual world. To master human anatomy, she studied corpses in a morgue. While this might have deterred others, for Leonor, it was a natural step toward artistic excellence. Her determination and willingness to challenge societal norms became her lifelong trademarks. In 1931, Leonor Fini moved to Paris, the cultural and artistic hub of the world at the time. Here she met influential surrealist artists like Salvador Dalí, Max Ernst, and Pablo Picasso. Yet, unlike many women of her era, Leonor did not position herself as a muse or an admirer. Instead, she carved out her own space in the art world, remaining fiercely independent. Fini believed that women in art should not simply be muses or objects of admiration. She championed equality in both art and life. Her paintings reflected this belief, featuring strong, enigmatic female figures as central subjects. These women did not submit or wait for rescue. They ruled their own worlds. One of her most iconic works, The Sphinx, epitomizes this ethos. This mythological figure symbolizes the mystery and power that Fini often conveyed through her art. She loved portraying hybrid beings, part human, part animal, emphasizing the mystique and complexity of human nature. But Fini wasn't just a painter. Her creativity extended to various forms of art. She designed costumes and sets for theatrical productions, ballets, and even films. One of her most notable collaborations was creating costumes for Federico Fellini's masterpiece, 8½. These designs showcased her unique style, elegant, fantastical, and daring. Fini was also a talented illustrator. Her work for books such as The Story of O and Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass exuded magic and surrealism. These illustrations demonstrated her ability to craft entire worlds, even within the constraints of existing texts. Another defining aspect of her art was her exploration of eroticism. In her work, sexuality was not portrayed as subordinate to the male gaze, but as a source of power. Her bold and provocative imagery was groundbreaking for its time. Leonor Fini's life was as fascinating as her art. She was known for her eccentric lifestyle. Her home was always filled with friends, cats, she had more than a dozen, and unique treasures. She rejected the idea of marriage and traditional relationships, embracing personal freedom instead. Her partners, mostly men, respected her independence, and she often declared she would never belong to anyone. Her home in Montparnasse was a hub for intellectuals and artists. This atmosphere of creative freedom inspired not only Leonor, but also those around her. Many called her a muse, but she always rejected that label, emphasizing her role as a creator rather than an inspiration. Although Leonor Fini's name may not be as widely recognized today as other surrealists, her contributions to 20th century art are undeniable. She broke down barriers about what a woman artist could be and do. Her works continue to inspire contemporary designers, filmmakers, and artists. Her influence can be seen in fashion, cinema, and even pop culture. Many modern female artists cite her as an inspiration for her courage, independence, and commitment to authenticity. Her works are displayed in major museums worldwide, including the Museum of Modern Art in New York and the Centre Pompidou in Paris. Leonor Fini passed away on January 18, 1996 in Paris, leaving behind a legacy of art and individuality. She remained true to herself until the very end, living a life that was as bold and unapologetic as the works she created. Leonor Fini was more than an artist. She was a symbol of freedom, bravery, and feminine strength. Her art and life prove that you can't create something truly extraordinary by living up to others' expectations. If you've never explored her work, now is the time to discover her extraordinary world. It's a journey you won't forget. What do you think about Leonor Fini's story? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories about remarkable artists of the past and their impact on the present. Thanks for watching to the end. Likes and comments are a great way to support the channel.